So the topic I chose is Big Five Personality Traits Assessment and Talent Acquisition. So I wanted to touch first on importance of using personality assessment in talent acquisition. So there is number of positive uh, element to it, and I'm gonna go over all the positive um, elements, and then I will touch a little bit on each of tool for the Big Five personality assessment. So there's number of assessments, but our main focus will be on Big Five. So importance of using the assessment when hiring talent. First, it is, of course, to be able to identify the ideal talent for the position. Personality assessment can be used to identify talent who possess the desired traits and qualities that match the requirement of the role, and this can help in selection. Then it is objective evaluation, which means personality assessment do provide an objective evaluation of the talent personality, which can help to minimize the risk and impact of unconscious bias in the hiring process. This can definitely improve the fairness and accuracy of the selection process, which will result in better hiring decisions. Cultural fit, personality assessment can also help to identify talent who is good fit for the organizational culture. This can ensure that new hire will integrate well with the new team and more likely to remain with the organization long term. In training and development, assessment can also be used to identify area of strength, an area that require development. This can help to guide training and development programs, which will help, of course, to effectively manage development of organization. Succession planning assessment definitely a great tool to identify talent who has potential to fill the future leadership position within the organization, and this can aid in succession planning, ensuring that the organization has a pool of talented individuals who will be able to become leaders one day. Predictive validity, that means the personality assessment have been found to have a high level of predictive validity in the predicting job performance. This means that individual who score high in certain personality traits more likely to perform well in specific roles. This can aid in identifying individuals who have the potential to succeed in the job and reduce risk of poor job performance and low job satisfaction. And of course, assessments, using assessments, it's a very positive way of reducing costs. So it's a cost effective way to address hiring. Um, by using the assessment early in the selection process, organizations can reduce the cost of interviews as well as the risk of hiring the wrong talents. This can result in more efficient and effective hiring process, saving time and money for a recruitment department. And we will touch a little bit on um, different tools that are similar to Big Five personality traits. So there's a number of tools that measuring traits, but quite different traits each assessment tool measures. We're just going to briefly touch on each of them. So we're mainly focusing on the Big Five personality traits. This is um, assessment that measures five traits, which are openness, conscientious extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. So these traits are measured through self-assessment questionnaires and used in talent acquisition to identify personality characteristics that are important for a particular area or job. Another test called the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. It's an assessment that looks into personality type and measures four different areas: extraversion, VC, introversion, sensing, VC, intuition, thinking, VC, feeling, judging, VC, perceiving. Uh, the third assessment is DISC, DISC assessment. It is measures behavioral tendencies in four areas: dominance, influence, steadiness, and conscientious. The Hogan Personality Inventory is the assessment that measures three different areas: normal behavior, derailment behavior, and core values. And final, Caliper Profile is the personality assessment that measures talent personality traits in such areas as interpersonal skills, problem solving ability, motivation, and communication skills. So, all those are different assessments, but here we will be focusing on Big Five assessment. So, as I mentioned, it measures five uh, different traits: conscientious, openness, extraversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. So, let me just skip to this slide really quickly and go a little bit in depth with each five of them. So, conscientious, within that trait, we can see dependability, grit, organization, persistence, planning, punctuality, responsibility. Extraversion measures as your assertiveness, cheerfulness, communication optimism, leadership, liveliness, and social ability. Agreeableness measures your willingness to collaborate, your generosity, your honesty, your integrity, kindness, and trustworthiness. Uh, Openness to be open to experience is your willingness to be um, open and experiment, your curiosity, your creativity, your growth mindset, imagination, innovation, and tolerance. Another, the fifth and last one is emotional stability, or um, neuroticism as well goes into that category. Your confidence, your ability to cope with stress, moderation, resilience, self-esteem, self-consciousness, and self-regulation. So those are five traits, and we're gonna go over the positive aspect of using this particular personality assessment in talent acquisition. So personality assessment, uh, such as Big Five, help to identify um, great talent and retain great talent in within organization that would fit talent that would fit organizational culture and fulfill job requirements and ensure job satisfaction for the talent itself. So it definitely provides great insight into the talent, weakest point, strength, potential, and development. potential for development. That assessment greatly help managers to make informed hiring and team building decisions. Critiques and negatives of the assessment. Personality assessment can does not have enough research done to be able with absolute 100% surety um, to let us know that it is absolutely reliable. They do open a window into understanding better person, but there's not enough yet research done to confirm with 100% that it's absolutely reliable. And taking the personality test gives us idea about a person characteristics, but it cannot accurately predict job performance or success of the talent that has been hired using personality assessment. Uh, and the fact that um, Big Five personality trait assessment has this potential for oversimplification and lack of consideration for situational factors. So being able to assess a person not only using Big Five personality trait assessment, but putting them in practical situations to see their reactions. So the ideal assessment would be something in conjunction with situational assessment as well. And of course, it would not be it the matter of maybe 20 minutes of taking a test. It would take some time to see and understand a person reactions to certain situations, uh, to making sure that self-assessment uh, is accurate with reactions of the person, of the talent in real time situations. So, as we mentioned, five key traits that would be agreeableness, extroversion, conscientious, openness, emotional stability. It's a very useful tool uh, despite the negatives. It's amazing tool for gaining insight into individual. In fact, Dr. Peterson using similar testing for couples, in fact, and he's able to predict the challenges that couples that will have based on those five traits, which is amazing. And I think even in corporate culture, everything is relationship. Everything is relationship based, and that test can be a beautiful tool to use to understand how this person would match with another person professionally as well. That aspect has not yet been explored, but I think there is a potential into looking into this aspect of using assessment as a relationship guidance in a professional environment. But that would be a great potential with a lot of work. So who knows? We'll see. Maybe I will submerge myself into it. So in settings and instruments that being used for the Big Five assessment, the obviously there's a number of settings there it can be used. It can be used in clinical, um, um, vocational settings, but we're going to touch on employment settings. So this assessment is used for pre-employment, mainly screening uh, of the talent, to make sure that the talent fit the organizational culture and values and overall optimistic, assertive being. So the instrument is designed to measure five broad domains: neuroticism, extroversion, openness, agreeableness, and conscientious, as well as six more specific facets with each domain. The Big Five Inventory, BFI, this is a self-report questionnaire that measures the Big Five personality traits in a broad domain level. Um, and also there's a tool called IPIP, the Interpersonal Personality Item Pool. This is a collection of items that have been developed to measure the Big Five personality traits. So this is the three instrument to measure Big Five traits: the NEO, PIR, BFI, and IPIP. It is important to use personality assessment judiciously and in conjunction with other methods, as I mentioned, to ensure that their validity and reliability. I did touch on that earlier. That conjunction of using the assessment with other methods is essential. Personality assessment have been criticized for their lack of reliability and validity. They might not accurately predict job performance or success and may reinforce stereotypes and biases. To address these critiques, organizations should use validated and reliable personality assessment, train recruiters and hiring manager on their proper use, and complement them with other selection methods. Personality assessments are essential tool in modern talent acquisition. They allow employers to identify talent who possess specific personality traits that are well suited for a particular job. And the five assessments discussed in these presentations are just a few of many personality assessments available to employers. But by using these assessments, employer can increase the chances of finding the right candidate for the job. Research demonstrated that personality measures, including Big Five, are valid predictors of job performance. According to Sackett and Baumsey, conscientious and emotional stability are the most consistent predictors of job performance across different occupations and industries. Thus, many organizations use personality assessment that measure the Big Five to screen job candidates and select those who are more likely to succeed in this role. In addition to predicting job performance, the Big Five traits have been found to be relevant to leadership effectiveness. According to Hendricks and Payne, leaders' goal orientation is an important predictor of leadership effectiveness. and it is related to personality traits such as conscientious and extroversion. Therefore, talent acquisition process that incorporates assessment of the big five can help organization identify talent with the potential to become effective leaders. And efficiency, analytical led talent acquisition has become increasingly popular as it allows organizations to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of their requirement process. Paul Shikar suggests that the use of data analytics can help identify patterns and correlations between job talent characteristic and job performance. The Big Five personality trait can be used in this analysis as they are measurable and can be used to predict job performance. Therefore, organizations can use analytics led talent acquisition to identify job candidates who possess the desirable traits and characteristics associated with the job success. This is all the references I use for this research, and I thank you greatly for your time, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.